Today is a day of remembrance across the United States. It is September 11th. 22 years after the deadliest terrorist attack on U.S. soil, Americans gathered to pay their respects. Nearly 3,000 people were killed when the hijacked planes crashed into New York's Twin Towers, and their families remember the loss today.
Actually, it never changes. It's remained the same 21 years ago. I lost my dad here. Never get used to it. It's the same thing all over again.
So many families were forever changed that day. Today, respects were paid. In Shanksville, Pennsylvania, bells rang out, filling the silence after reading the victims' names of the hijacked plane that crashed into the countryside. ABC's Aaron Katersky looks at those other services in New York and Washington, D.C.
At the Pentagon, where 184 people died in the September 11th attacks, taps marked the moment when an American Airlines jet hijacked by al-Qaeda terrorists made impact. An American flag unfurled at that exact spot, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin leading the remembrance.
The men and women of the Department of Defense will always remember. We will always honor the memory of our fallen teammates. And we will always strive to be worthy of the memory of those we lost.
And in Lower Manhattan, dignitaries including Vice President Harris, New York's governor, mayor, and its senators joined families of victims, survivors, and 9/11 first responders in moments of silence. 2,753 people died at the World Trade Center that day. Their names read aloud.
My sister, Jody Tepedino Nicolo. Tower 1, 105th floor, Cantor Fitzgerald. We miss you, Jody.
In recent weeks, the remains of two more victims were positively identified by New York City's medical examiner. Still, 40% of those lost have not been positively identified. 343 New York firefighters died on 9/11. Since then, an additional 331 have died from 9/11-related illnesses. In Shanksville, Pennsylvania, they're remembering the crew and passengers of United Flight 93. Later today, President Biden will mark the tragic anniversary, addressing troops at a U.S. military base in Anchorage, Alaska. And here beneath a gleaming new World Trade Center, a new generation remembers those who were killed on September 11, 2001, many of them not born 22 years ago, but who cannot help feel the enormity of their families' losses. Aaron Katersky, ABC News, New York.
And while today is a day to remember the victims, it comes as discussions continue on what to do with the 5 of the 9/11 plotters. They are currently sitting in Guantanamo Bay, but have not been tried for their crimes. A plea deal was proposed to give the victims' families and the country closure for the attacks. If accepted, the conspirators would get life in prison, most likely at Guantanamo Bay, but it would take the potential of the death penalty off the table. President Joe Biden has refused to approve some of the plea deal terms, according to a White House National Security Council. That includes part of the deal that would prevent the men from being in solitary confinement and give them access to mental rehabilitation care. Lawyers for the two sides have been exploring a negotiated resolution to this case for about 1.5 years.